Hi, book nerds. Mary here. I'm going to do my November wrap up. I had a fairly good reading month in November. I finished 9 books, which is pretty, I'd say, average for me. I know for some people that's crazy, but I love to read. It's what I do most of the free time that I have. So, 9 books for me is pretty average. I only had one 5-star read, as you'll see, a lot of 3 and 5 stars. So, a decent reading month. I thought what I would do this time is just review the books that I read from least favorite to favorite. So, let's get started with, unfortunately, my least favorite of the month, The Hound of Death by Agatha Christie. This is a short story collection. It was just okay. There were a few stories in here that I liked, but honestly, a lot that I just could have done without. I've mentioned before that I think Agatha Christie is best with her full length novels, about 200 pages. And especially with her earlier work, I enjoyed the full length stories a lot better. Many of these stories would have been better served as full length novels. So, only 3 out of 5 stars for The Hound of Death by Agatha Christie. Next, we have the book I read for my local bookstore's fantasy book club, and I can't even remember the full name of it. The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sachar. Sorry, I can't say his name. This was, again, just okay. I did not love it. It was an adult story, but felt more young adult. Just okay. 3 out of 5 stars. Next, we have my Girl Gang's Book of the Quarter. We read The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This I rated 4 stars. I had a lot of 4-star reads. This would be the lowest of the 4 stars for me. There is a plot component in this book that I simply did not like. And if I think about it for too long, I will lower my rating. A decent story could have done without that plot point. I don't want to spoil anything. Check the trigger warnings. 4 out of 5 stars. Next is the Stephen King Book Nerds Book of the Month, Song of Susanna. This is more, to me, a filler book in the Dark Tower series. It is setting up things for the final book, which I will be rereading in January. I love Susanna Dean as a character. I don't always love what King does to her. If you've read these, you know. It's good, and if you're reading The Dark Tower, which I do recommend, you have to read this because, again, it does a lot of setup for the final book. But only 4 stars, and again, this probably could have been a 3, but my love for Susanna makes this a 4. Early in November, I also finished the October read for Stephen King Book Nerds, which was Wolves of the Calla. I like this slightly better than Song of Susanna. It is a solid story. There are things about it that I don't love, but the story itself is great. Seeing the quartet together, working, doing what gunslingers are supposed to do, that's always a fun read. 4 out of 5 stars. For Brandon Sanderson Book Nerds in November, we read a short story, Shadows for Silence in the Forests of Hell. It is a Cosmere story in Arcanum Unbounded, and I enjoyed it. I had not read this one before. I gave it 4 or 5 stars and hope that he will eventually write more in this world. We're getting close to the end here. Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denneman. This is, again, a 4-star read for me, but this would be in the upper 4-star tier for me. I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected to. It's written as if it's for gamers. I don't know if that makes any sense or if you would agree. There is a lot of hype about this book and this series, and I really did enjoy this. There were a few times I laughed out loud. I have already downloaded book 2 in audiobook because I've heard that that's the way to consume this series. So 4 stars for Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denneman. My second favorite book of the month might be a little controversial. People either love it or hate it. I feel like some of the criticism of this writer is unfair, in my opinion. I really liked this book. All of the background aside, I really liked this book. Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. As you can see, I annotated as I read. I had a lot of highlights, a lot of thoughts. This is a very high 4-star read for me. I thought the author did an excellent job with the subject matter. Has a lot of tough things to read in it. Again, check your trigger warnings, but I thought this was an excellent read. 4 stars for Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. And finally, my favorite book of November and my only 5-star read was a cozy. I just loved this book. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. I hope I said that correctly. This book is so cozy. The characters, the story, the found family aspects of this, it is just what I needed in November. Highly recommend this book and the previous book in this series. This isn't really a sequel of the first book, but it is a continuation in that world. You could read them separately. I highly recommend both of them, but especially this one. 5 stars for A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. What did you read in November? What was your favorite? Let me know in the comments and have a wonderful day.